Well, thank you, friend. Shabbat Shalom, and greetings to you all. It's certainly been a dark and strange week. Of course, it marked the 24th anniversary of 9/11, which is becoming a distant memory to some, a non-event to others, and to the aging. It still brings sadness, horror, and fear to so many. The 3,000 that were killed that day has become over 40,000 with the health-related deaths. And looking back, it's easy to see there was clearly one winner: Islamic terrorism. It reared its ugly head in our world then, provided a warning, but now it seems to be accepted throughout the world as it spreads. Not only accepted, but respected and encouraged. Somehow warnings do not do as much as we think they should. We also saw the political assassination of a non-political person, Charlie Kirk. May his memory be for a blessing. Yes, a conservative and America First proponent, to some a right-wing fascist pig and bigot. And while I didn't agree with everything he had to say, but who agrees with everything anyone has to say? He was intelligent and a fighter to keep open discourse and freedom alive for a younger generation, much like those assassinated in the 1960s. In an era when our rights to free thought and free speech are being curtailed by most Western governments, we should all support any who remind us there should always be freedom to express opinion. You don't have to agree with any of it, but you must fight for the right of even the stupidest opinions to be heard. The once fiercest proponents of free thought and speech have become the ones who want to control everyone's freedom. Once you censor, you cannot stop. I imagine it supports what Lord Acton once said, that power tends to corrupt and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Censorship is the gateway to absolute power. And whether you're liberal or conservative, any political terrorism is simply unacceptable. And yes, I know some simply put it to gun control, but unless you ban every gun and repossess them so no one literally has access to a gun, you're not even putting a Band-Aid on a problem. Canada tried that, but gun violence continues because most of the bad guys do not get licenses, register, or buy their guns at the gun store. It's not about guns. It's about hate. Blind hatred must stop. It fuels the mob. Do not fall prey to that mob mentality. It is the secret destroyer of man and of his growth. And of course, speaking of Canada, we also had Canada's busy contemplating a complete reevaluation of its lifelong support of Israel and tossing it right under the bus. We know where it stands with the UN resolution that's being proposed. These are dark and strange days indeed. Everyone's talking. No one says a word. Everyone's making love and no one really cares. There's Nazis in the bathroom just below the stairs. Always something happening, nothing going on. Always something cooking, nothing in the pot. They're starving back in China, so finish what you got. Nobody told me there'd be days like these. Nobody told me there'd be days like these. Nobody told me there'd be days like these. Strange days, indeed. Strange days, indeed. These are very strange days, and we're wrapping up our Torah reading for the year. Only a few left, as we're also preparing for the High Holy Days, when we face that mirror of self. We're preparing to not just observe, but to be observed, as we buy our tickets to services. Now, all who know me know I do not believe in that system. All should be welcome, whether they can afford a ticket or not. Sadly, I know of one local synagogue who refuses to sell a single ticket to a poor widow whose family is a founding member of that shul. Instead, they're telling her she has to buy two or go elsewhere. What's happening? What is the cost of spirituality? Or is synagogue services not about connection? It may be connection to tradition, but not to self-growth or spirituality. What are people seeking when they go to these services? To many, these are the only services they actually go to for the entire year. Whatever your reason, be it to honor the traditions of your culture, your religion, perhaps just your family, or whether it is for you to make your own deep connection to God or whatever you happen to believe in. Remember, those things we talked about with prayer, and we'll be talking more about prayer shortly when we begin this reading. Know how and what. If you don't understand the prayers, know what they're supposed to do. Make up your own words, making the same kind of entreaty. Feel that meaning. Feeling supersedes knowing. Feeling courses through your veins and gets you excited and engaged. Now, this holy day coming up on the first day of the 7th month, which generally coincides with the equinox, is a powerful opportunity to connect to your own prayer-filled intention. There's no doubt the 2 equinox moons hold greater spiritual significance. Both are for times of reflection, one for initiation, one for correction. And you can just feel it. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Oh Lord, well I remember, don't worry, how could I ever forget? It was the first time, the last time we ever met. I know the reason you keep the silence up. You don't fool me. Hurt doesn't show, but the pain still grows. It's no stranger to you and me. We can feel it. This sums up the holiday coming. In many ways, we remember hurts. We hold the pain, and we need to forgive and move on. We need to see where we have done the same and seek forgiveness. It is so important to do it. It's a great gift we were given. We have the power to free ourselves, and that is how you free yourself. And being Jewish means caring for each other, regardless of what we believe or how we affiliate. It is part of our genetic makeup. It's baked into our being and into our texts. Perhaps the best known text is from the Talmud, from Shavuot 39a. Kol Yisrael Eravim Zeh B'zeh. All of Israel are responsible for each other. Now, the word Eravim here is literally translated as guarantors, which implies a true legal obligation. We as people are obligated to be responsible for all life. Let's keep decency and honor for all in mind as we prepare to make entreaty to God to judge us kindly as we look at a world of choice with blessings or curses. The choice is yours. As the great Gretchen Peters wrote, it's the scars that make you stronger. It's the hard times that make you wise. Is it more blues? Is it bad news? Is it a curse or blessing in disguise? Remember, you're forever blessed, and you can feel it. Now is the time to find that connection, not just to observe in honor of your parents, but to reconnect for your soul. It's like when we come together as a group, as we do every week. I'm switching because we're a community, a chavura, a fellowship. We accept all beliefs. We accept all love. We accept everybody and whatever they happen to be expressing for themselves, because we express our nature of kindness, compassion, thoughts, feelings, hopes, and dreams, and wishes. It's what unites us all. We are a community house of spirit, Beth Ruach, sharing, bringing light, keeping fear at bay. So no one is ever segregated and turned aside. So let's go ahead and invite everybody, You don't have to agree with them, but we are all connected. We're all the same. Whether it's physically, digitally, psychically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever way it is. Let's gather and share. From Psalm 133, the Hine Matov, come together. Hine Matov, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה טוב ומדי. שבת אחים גם יחד. How good and how pleasant it is for brothers and sisters together. Community. 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 Together. And I say it's a community together because we support each other in this community. Let's all spread love, goodwill, and fellowship to the world. Remember, friends, this is you setting aside just a little bit of sacred time in your own sacred space to honor and converse with whatever you happen to believe in, because we all believe in something no matter what people say to you. It's a part of your kavanah, it's your intention that you put out to the universe. It's your goodwill. And goodwill and intention are the roots of what you control, of what you correct. It is your intention that sets in motion everything that occurs in your lives, my friends. It's goodwill, energy, light. It's what we send out to help heal those who need it. Healing and renewal is for everybody. It floats through space, finding those in need. So send it out for those you know and for the souls and spirits of everyone you love. So think of whoever that needs healing and renewal and love, or just plain goodwill. Focus on them. Call their names. It's never just for people. It's for our pets. It's for the earth. It is the healing of the world. And boy, does it need healing. The tikkun olam. It's part of our spiritual genetic makeup, and a part of the healing of the world is when we send thoughts and energy for health and renewal and goodwill for everybody. They don't have to be sick, although it is the prayer for the sick. It is those in our hearts and our minds. Let's all send out energy for the people in need everywhere. Special thoughts and prayers always for those in need of assistance. We pray for those who need prayer. We don't have to know them. We want health, recovery, good life for everybody around us. Let's continue to send healing energy for the few hostages still remaining. God knows how many of them are even alive, still in prison, still languishing in a horrible thing coming up 700 days, forgotten by everything else that goes on in the world. Another week passes, nothing happens. God continues to bless them, their families, those who love and support them. These are people who will never be erased, never canceled. We must continue to pray for them and for the downtrodden everywhere. And we do it for those closer to us, but do it for those further away. We do it for Victoria, for Leanne and Alana, for Ainur and Winston, for Charles, for Sad Terry, for the Snooposaurus Rex, the MW, for Gabby, for Mean and Carson, for Trevor and Jess, for Callie and the Elf, for Sabrina and Dave, for Maria, for Pammy, for the Mopester, for Alana, for Johnny and Fern, for Kathleen, Carla and Mina, for John and Maria, for Doria, for Gloria, for Connie and Ronnie, for Mayim and Tally, for Nina and Danny, for all those suffering and in need. And let's never forget to include the familiars of our lives, all of our sacred animal friends everywhere, and we all have them. For everyone you know in need, for the whole world, whether you know them or not, and for dear Devora. We pray for those who need prayer. Friends, it is the kindness, the healing wishes, goodwill and love you send out. It circles the world finding those in need, so thank you, each of you, for all you do, for all you care. Because the world is a world of spirit, and spirit, my friends, never dies. Me, Avotenu, Makor Ha-Ha, Limotenu. May the source of strength bless the ones before us. Help us find our courage. Make our lives a blessing. The renewal of body. The renewal of spirit. Let us say, Amen. Misha Barak, let us all have our spirits renewed, because this is the great prayer for healing. Because we call upon God to heal as He has healed before. Misha Barak, may He who blessed, because all healing's a blessing. Let's all send and receive healing and renewal energy in our efforts to love, to share, to care, to grow. Now this week we read tavo, when you come. Now do you remember way back in Exodus when Moses first went and spoke to Pharaoh? That parsha was called bo, which we said could mean come or go. Here we have tavo. Tavo is from that word. The B and the V are the same letter, and is one of what is known as a double letter in the Hebrew alphabet. One letter having two different sounds, B and V. Now this reading lays out the 12 curses and the blessings with the emphasis on curses. Don't forget, man is evil in his heart, 4 times as much space devoted to curses as blessings. Remember, one mountain will proclaim the blessings and another the curses. Now, as you see, the big thing is the 12 curses. One for each tribe or every possible person. Because the tribes are the signs of the zodiac, and that covers everyone. Sure enough, we are cursed for many of the usual suspects. Making an image of God, being disrespectful of parents, moving a neighbor's boundary marker. For those engaging in some of the forbidden sexual acts or with inappropriate partners. But the ones I want you to think the most about are ones that you can sometimes just go right by. Deuteronomy 27:18. Cursed be the one who misleads a blind person on the way. Sometimes the blind are simply those who do not see. Deuteronomy 27:19. Cursed be the one who bends the judgment of an alien, an orphan, or a widow. Again, those are the 3 groups we must especially care for. Deuteronomy 27:26. Cursed be the one who will not uphold the words of the instruction to do them. Now this final curse is actually on anyone who will not support and perform the words of this Torah. In other words, the Torah as a whole, which is quite a bit. Now, those are the generalizations. The detailed curses come after. Things like no rain, death and destruction, exhaustion, being ravaged, exploited, defeated, you name it, we're going to get it. Including being driven to cannibalism and being exiled. We really know that one. We've got the exile down pretty good. It is unfortunately the sad history of the people. But it's not all bad because the blessings are pretty good. There's abundance, there's peace, there's great weather, fruitfulness, even holiness thrown in for good measure. We are on the doorway of introspective review and prayer. And this reading contains the first true liturgy in the Bible. We're coming up on a liturgical period. This is actually the reading that's going to give you the first glimpse of real liturgy. Other parts were used and taken for liturgy, such as the Shema or the Thanksgiving prayers after a meal. But what we're going to read in this one is the first prayer actually said. It's laid out for us. We see 3,400-year-old real initiatory practice. We're instructed in ritual and word. We have a glimpse at very early sacred practice, a way back machine journey to begin religious observation. It's a wonderful benefit. Deuteronomy 26:2. You shall take from the first of all your land's fruit, that you'll bring in from the land that your Lord your God is giving you, set in a basket. Go to the place that the Lord your God will choose to tent his name there. You shall come to the priest who will be in those days and say to him, I declare today to the Lord your God that I've come to the land that the Lord swore to our fathers to give us. And the priest shall take the basket from your hand and set it down in front of the altar of the Lord your God, and you shall answer and say in front of the Lord your God, my father was a perishing Aramean. So what happens is you've brought part of your harvest to the priest. There's no animals here. This is all fruit and vegetables. And likely the Aramean mentioned is referring to either Abraham, who came from Mesopotamia, or Jacob, who spent 20 years there after fleeing from Esau. But it then continues. So he went down to Egypt and resided there with few persons and became a big, powerful, and numerous nation there. The Egyptians were bad to us, degraded us, imposed hard work on us. We cried out to the Lord, our father's God, and he listened to our voice and saw our degradation and our trouble and our oppression. And the Lord brought us out from Egypt with a strong hand and an outstretched arm. with great fear, with signs and with wonders. And he brought us to this place and gave us this land, a land flowing with milk and honey. And now here I've brought the first fruit of the land that you've given me, O Lord. You shall set it down in front of the Lord your God and bow in front of the Lord your God. Now the prosperous farmer, even as he brings to the sanctuary specimens of his first yield of his crop, recalls how his forefathers were close to dying from famine and were obliged to go down to Egypt, where in due course they were enslaved. This liturgy shifts the grounds of the ritual of Thanksgiving harvest from the agricultural cycle to a retelling and entrenchment of history. It's our first real prayer in the Torah, and it makes history a part of it. Now, we've been talking about prayer, and prayer is different for everyone. We talked about it last week. We're talking about it this week. But here you see the first part of a three-part dance that makes up prayer. And that's what's going to be happening during the 10 days of awe, the high holy days coming up. Prayer is a one-way conversation between you and whatever higher power you acknowledge. You're engaging in dialogue with someone who can grant you something. When we pray, we are asking for something. We're actually using a model that has existed since ancient times when petitioning a ruler. It doesn't matter what you want. If it's peace on earth, $1 million, love, a parking spot, doesn't matter. Our request for something is there. And this is the great dance of the entreaty. So a system was put in place. Very simple 3-stage system. Praise, thanks, request. And that's all it is. And it's over and over again we do it. You praise the king. Or in this case, you praise the king of all for his greatness. You thank him for all he has done. Then you ask for something. You don't have to use the words that were written. Use your own words. Right? The special prayers said during the High Holy Days, they're all based on this formula. Make it something simple. Make it something personal, like what you'll be asking for in a few weeks when you stand in front of him. Our Father, our King, you're awesome. Thanks for being so great. By the way, can I be forgiven for whatever I've done and live another year? Isn't that all we're really trying to do? It is the essence of prayer. Acknowledge and praise. Thanks, ask. Here we are also taking history and making it a part of the prayer. You've given everything to me. What can I do for you? You have given me eyes to see. What can I do for you? Pulled me out of bondage, made me renewed inside, filled up a hunger that had always been denied. Opened up a door no man can shut, and you opened it up so wide. And you've chosen to be among the few. What can I do for you? This is what you do for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, but with sincerity and authenticity. As you look at yourself in the depths of your soul. It's actually something you do all the time. But those are the times you may not notice. Those are the times that tend to come from desperation. Yes, my friends, the world is sacred. So's everything in it, and so's everyone in it. Express your gratitude, light a candle, make a wish, celebrate your life and the lives of those you love. Share your feelings with them. Live free, be free, honor your freedom. Be well, be happy, be blessed. Share and honor the light. all who live in the light. Continue to send everybody you know goodwill and love. Pray for peace and freedom for everyone. An end to this terror and hatred. Remember, friends, we're a community. The whole world is a community. Because we learn together, we celebrate with each other, we love each other because we are connected. We share this ride together, men and women equally. Let's send out love, not fear. Send out peace, harmony, goodwill, and healing to all who need it. Please do learn to forgive. Learn to love. Open your hearts. Honor the relationships of your life. Tell those you love that you love them. Examine your intentions. Use them to imprint your will on the universe, but remember, we set in motion all that happens in our lives. It's our intention, our kavana, our cause, our effect. Everything's linked. You always have time to forgive and be forgiven. You have the knowledge of what's good and bad, so acknowledge what you've done wrong. To yourself, to God, to any person you've wronged. Ask forgiveness. But always do so with sincerity, with accountability, with vulnerability. Forgive those who've hurt you. You should learn to be forgiving and compassionate, because the secret of forgiveness, compassion, and peace is acceptance. Can you accept yourself, other people in the world just as they are? Can you accept life as it is without trying to control it? Because if you do, you can experience the peace that acceptance brings. You'll go up and you'll go down. But keep on dreaming. Keep on being. Keep sharing. Keep shining. Keep teaching. Keep spreading joy and goodwill. Do not follow fear. Follow love. It's always in front of you. Work to be present in the body. Expand your heart, quiet your mind, because the deepest source of real power lies in consciousness and your ability to be mindful, aware, present in all of life's circumstances. Love with the heart. These are all part of a greater whole. Embrace love, not fear. Forgiveness, not anger. And be there for someone, because someone will always be there for you, whether you know it or not. Continue to explore faith and belief in what they mean to you. Never accept shame as a natural state, because whatever you feel, others have felt. Whatever you've experienced, others have too. We share together. We learn together. We're here to help each other, because we're each of us simply trying to find love and acceptance and support. We all have or could have that special someone in our lives, so find them and tell them what they mean. You're never alone on your journey. Listen to the voice of God as he talks to you. And remember your connection to God and everything that's been created in body, soul, and spirit, and mind, and heart. It's a part of you. It's a part of me. It's a part of all of us forever. Just listen to God's voice. He's always talking to you, and just you. Enjoy the journey, because we are still on that road in the wilderness, and we're working to come through it, but we're working to come through it together. The reality is we are forever blessed. We're reading about blessings and curses, but we're forever blessed. We're all on that same journey. Unfortunately, we happen to be living in a splintered, broken world, and requesting peace, prosperity, the ability to forgive and be kind is what we're doing now. These are all easy things to ask for, to help you heal. And as you heal the world. Broken clock, broken wall. Broken voice, broken heart. Broken beginnings, broken ends. Streets are filled with broken friends. Take a deep breath, feel like you're choking. Tell the truth now, everything broken. But everything, anything broken, can be fixed. You know, the ancient indigenous people understood this. I thought about the Cherokee soul journeys I was taught to do. How it picks up the broken pieces of your soul, returns them to you. You reintegrate them into yourself. I thought about the items we value, we break, we repair. They may not look the same as when they were originally whole, but all the pieces are there. All the pieces of Frankenstein's monster were there, but the scars, the stitches, showed us where the repairs took place. We focused on the scar, not what was restored. All the pieces are there. We just don't see it the same way. Where are you seeing the scars and missing the pieces restored in your soul? Thank you for joining me, my friends. Shabbat shalom and blessings to you all. Take care.